Started. So we're going to be doing some animal drawings today, and I really just kind of want to leave it up to you guys what you could draw and what kind of style you'd like to do. So it's totally up to you. But I'm just going to do a little demo and then go over some different strategies to drawing animals. And um, yeah, so we'll just do like a little illustration of an animal of our choice. So before we go into that, I just want to go over what is anatomy. So it's probably something you guys are learning about now or have learned about in science. And we're going to be drawing anatomy is normally the drawing of a human form in any of its various shapes and postures, including or using any drawing media. So it can also be using or drawing a animal, but using like accurate proportions. So understanding anatomy is crucial to many aspects of your art. And it's really important when you're using a picture or like looking at somebody in life to draw. Um, and it really helps you break down, understand the body, and understand what composes the entire animal or human. And it helps you like understand how poses work and helps you know that everything fits together and it's important. So these are just, if we look at a horse, these are just some examples of drawing horses. Um, when you're in general drawing animals, same as humans, it's really good to start just by thinking about breaking down like what are the biggest shapes that I see, and then trying to break those down into simple geometric shape like circles and squares and triangles, and then you start building up your drawing on top of that. So you can see here we have the horse. The in the left illustration, it looks like they started with circles. So this is actually, if you guys want, you could follow this tutorial today for your work. So it's totally up to you what you'd like to do. I'm going to show you some different examples, and you can even do like YouTube tutorials. And on the Google Classroom assignment, I have a list of tutorials too that you can follow along with. So today we're going to create a drawing of an animal. Here's some cute examples. So when we're drawing animals, has anyone drawn an animal before in class? If you have and you have any suggestions, you can always suggest in the chat. Um, so what we do is just like anything, if we're drawing, and please let me know, Jeff, I saw you said yes. If you have any tips or suggestions, drop them in the chat. So when we start, just like when we're drawing anything, it's really important just to observe first. So we want to look at closely at the image that we've chosen, or if we have a pet, we could actually do our pet at home. And you really want to look closely and think about like, okay, so like just like the horse, how could I break down the body or the form of the animal into basic shapes? And sometimes it depends on the angle that you're looking at too, which I'll demonstrate today. And you want to also do some research. So, like if you're doing a drawing of a French bulldog, look up like drawing how to draw a French bulldog. You can kind of see different steps, see how it works, how you should break it down. And the next step from there is breaking up the body into sections. So you want to understand basic anatomy, so comparative anatomy. So if an example of the comparative anatomy is like this little golden retriever on the example slide, you see how the head, the basic shape of the head is a circle, and the body, the basic shape of the body is two circles that are connected with like curved lines. So the way we would use comparative anatomy is, okay, so the head is the smallest circle out of the three, including the body, right? The circle at the back is the second smallest, and then the circle at the front where the chest is the biggest one. And then also there's circles for the paws. So when you're doing this, you want to compare the size relationships of different parts of the body to make sure that you get the proportions accurate. Um, and one other tip is just stay loose and find the flow. So when you're drawing, you want to make sure you're using like longer strokes with your pencil. Don't get caught up doing tiny little lines. And um, once you're done kind of getting the basic structure, then you can come in and add a little bit of detail. So I'm going to do a little demonstration for you guys, and I was going to do a rabbit. So I'll show you guys my bunny. Okay, and did anyone have any suggestions on drawing animals? So Andrew and Jeff, you said you guys drew an animal before. What was your experience like doing that? Okay, so while we're waiting here, let's see. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect on the first try. I think that's one of the most important things, that when you're doing something like this, be easy on yourself. Don't expect the first time you're doing something to be perfect and look amazing. You know, number one priority is that you try. Okay, so let me go share content. Only the host can share. One sec, you guys. Okay, how do I multiple participants? Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys can see the bunny, and you can see my Okay, just give me one sec. I gotta rejoin on my phone, you guys. Meetings. Can you guys see my camera? Why isn't it popping up? Huh. Sorry, you guys. I'm just having some technical difficulties. Let me stop sharing my screen and see if I can get this to work. Okay, now it's working. No? What the heck? Okay, let's see. Share. Oh, yeah, it's working, you guys. You guys can see, right? Do I need to spotlight my video? I know you can't see the bunny, but I was asking about the camera. Let's see here. Okay, let's see if I can spotlight this. Pin. Okay, can you guys see both the bunny and my... You can. Okay, so you can see both. Okay, it might be, Chris, did you join on your phone? Okay, so some of you are on tablets or on your phone, so I'm just going to share. Sorry, guys. I'll just share you guys can just see my table, right? I guess you don't need to see the bunny. I guess I can do this. Okay, so looking at the bunny, what basic shapes do you guys see? You can message in the chat.
Okay, so some basic shapes that I see are like as its head is like a circle or something.
Okay, so head is like a circle, yep. What other shapes do we see?
I see kind of like a rounded like triangle kind of shape for like the body.
Right, yeah. So it's definitely circular, but also like you said, it has this kind of peak a little
Yeah.
bit at the top, like a triangle. Nice. What else?
The
What
ears
the
are kind of like a diamond, but like not necessarily, in my opinion.
for the ears?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have like this kind of diamond triangular shape. Nice. And another thing too is like we can overlap the basic shapes, right? So like if we did a diamond, that'd be totally fine because we draw very lightly and then we can overlap our basic shapes as well. Oh, I'm using my sketchbook upside down. Stuff in here. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to start just by doing, let me get my sketchbook in a better position here. I'm going to start just by doing a circle. And notice how I very lightly draw. So when I'm doing something like a circle too, I don't press down hard. I'm going to wait to press hard firmly with my pencil until it's more finalized. So right now I'm just kind of sketching out the little details. And like I think it was Andrew was saying, we have like the bunny head that's circular, and then we have a little bit of a point on top. So I'm going to add that on. Okay, and remember, like this line I can erase always later. So we don't want to, a lot of the times when I see students drawing things from observation, they go like this. You guys see how I'm doing that? Like short little strokes. Make sure that when you're doing this, you're really using longer, smoother strokes. Okay, so now I can do a smaller circle for the head. Just let me know if you guys have any questions as I'm doing this, okay? Okay, so basic shape, right? It also kind of looks like the legs. Maybe we have like a little wider section here at the bottom. Okay, if there's anyone who could just read the chat, if there's anyone who has questions. Okay, so we got this, and then for the ears, I'm going to measure. So the body height is about a third of my pencil, and the ears are half of that. So whatever my body height is here, my ears should be half. So that's going to take me to about right here. So I'm just going to draw a little guideline here. And then I can do my basic ear shape. Okay. And I like to do a little bit for the face. I'm going to do a little bit of a guideline, just kind of coming down the middle. So the nose is about halfway down. So I'm going to do a little circle for the nose. Kind of looks like that. And then there's a line. It goes like that. Okay.
Miss
And
Fleur,
then, yeah.
Junior, Chris said Junior needs to be let in.
Oh, Junior needs to come in?
Yeah.
I don't see anyone in the waiting room right now. But I should, if he's trying to get in, I should get a notice. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So, and then we have, so the head shape comes down. And it kind of comes out. So now that I've kind of got the basic like whereabouts of everything on my face, the bunny, I'm going to start making things a little bit darker. So we got a little bit of a snout, kind of, I guess you'd describe it, on the bunny. And then the eyes on the side. Bunny's eyes are a little bit scary looking. I don't know if you guys have noticed that before. They're really cute bunnies, but then sometimes you just get a look of them at a certain angle. They look kind of scary. Yeah, Miriam said yeah. Okay, so we got our eyes drawn in. This isn't perfect, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. So this line I want to get rid of. This eye is like messed up, but that's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect, right, you guys? Okay, so then there's kind of like this little line right here. Okay, and then on the ears, there's kind of like this fold. Don't say you can't do something, Carissa. You can do it. You gotta try. Okay. So that's basically it, you guys. And then I'm just gonna start coming in, coloring in certain areas. Okay, coming around the outside. I feel like this bunny was a lot cuter than how I drew it. It's scary looking. But I gotta take time to add like fur and like little fluff in to make it cute. So for me, I'm not a fan of this drawing right now, so I would do it again. But the whole point that I'm showing you guys this is that we try, we make mistakes, make it better, fix it, that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's just an example. Now I'm just going to show you guys some of the criteria. Okay, so let's stop video. You can do it. Let's share the whole screen. Okay, so now let's go back to our slides. So the cool thing about this is like, you guys don't have to do, I would say probably if it's a little bit harder for you, you don't actually have to do what I just did. So looking at a picture and drawing, you can just use a tutorial. So No, there's nobody in the waiting room right now. There's no one in the waiting room. Junior was in here and then left. So I don't know, maybe their Wi-Fi cut out. So the good thing is, like I was saying, if you guys want to do this, maybe something a little bit easier, if you're like never drawn an animal before, there's so many tutorials out there with steps.
Miss,
Yeah,
my tablet is about to die soon.
no problem. I'm going to be finishing up in a minute. If you missed the end of the lesson, you can always just watch the video later. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, okay, so I have a question. So okay, so
Yes.
you know those two videos that are there?
Yes.
Okay, so are you able to like copy one, or do you have to like you have to like, use that as an example?
No, you can follow along with the video and copy it. That's okay.
Okay.
If you've done this before, I would try to do one on your own. If you haven't, and it's a little bit easier for you to do this step by step. So like somebody who's like, I can't do it. The way that these are helpful is they kind of break it down for you. So if you're not as experienced with doing that, and like how I was showing you guys, like breaking it down into smaller shapes, that's what they're going to do in the video. So there's actually on the Google Classroom assignment, I can show you guys, I had a whole playlist of different tutorials you could try. Just make sure when you're uploading your work, you put your signature, your name. And this is just some criteria for you guys. You can develop a drawing of any animal. You can decide if you'd like to do the face or the entire body. It has to have a lot of detail in it. So I want to see some shading. See how the shading here, it's not fully shaded in, but there is some evidence of shading and detail. And then take a photograph of your work, upload it on Google Classroom and submit. And this is going to be due on Monday. So I'm going to show you guys on Google Classroom what it looks like. So on Google Classroom, it says drawing challenge, animal drawing. So I have all the information, I have the slides, I'm going to upload the video. And on here, it says how to draw animals, and there's a playlist of a whole bunch of different animals you guys could try. And these go into a lot of detail, but they're not that long. See how they're like 18 minutes, 20 minutes. So you guys could do one of these, or you can also just search like horse drawing tutorial. If I were to do this, I would like the videos. Try to stay away from ones like this that are cartoons. I want you guys to do like photographic type of drawing. So here's one. And another thing you can do is not even on YouTube, just step by step horse drawing. And go to images, and it'll show you a lot of examples that are just step by step. So here's a horse step by step. Okay. And that's it, you guys. So you guys can just respond in the chat or by unmuting yourselves. How are you feeling about today's lesson and project? Do you feel ready to start this, or do you have any questions? Feeling confident, that's good. A little.